Right. This is this has been inspired by me, myself, and some other people actually. Um, yes, hello. Right on cue. I didn't even need to mention him this time. Every time I start making one, he comes round. All right, mate. Do what you do. So yeah, it was a furtheration of my "don't reach out, reach in" policy. My New Year's revolution. Um, and it was about me just thinking about all of the people around Christmas time that were saying, phone me, phone me, phone me. If you're stuck, phone me, call me, ask for my number, da 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 da. And those people are willing to help people, but the call won't come. The call won't come because it's really difficult for people to make the call. Another thing is, it's quite often the call itself doesn't help. You've tried that before, and it's you know roughly the sorts of things you're going to hear. It's going to be reassurance and stuff. And sometimes it's yeah, and sometimes you know when a call helps. When a call helps is when you actually talk about something else. You know what I mean? Or sort of skirt round, are you all right or whatever, but kind of talk about something else. Just talk like normal. Distraction, that sort of thing. Just yeah, definitely hearing a voice, having that sort of connection. And that's part of my wanting to change the worldness. I wish I could. I wish I could because I have the best ideas, and this is right. I wish I was one of those people who I don't know. You get just people who say things and everyone listens and everyone wants to know. Or do you know what I mean? People get behind them. There's they speak with a certain authority or whatever. I mean, I speak with a definite fucking authority. Absolutely. And I'm passionate and I'm driven and well I was and all that stuff. But I've whenever I've tried to sell tickets for events and stuff like that, I've never sold one. Not fucking one, mate. I'm just not one of those people. Do you know what I mean? Um, which is a shame. Which is a shame. But because this is right, okay, like mental health issues or not, particularly at this time, like going through something like this, right? Everyone's gripped with fear, right? And everyone's been told to sit at home. And when you're sitting at home and you're scared of something out there that's going to get you, you get very insular and self-interested. And that's what's starting to happen. And people are getting resentful of each other already. There's a social impact to it. And so I think all of us that know each other well enough to stop and chat in the street or respond to the odd Facebook thing that was sort of interesting and maybe have a little chit chat or whatever, that sort of level, the sort of people that you just know. Someone, if someone said, "Have you heard such and such has died?" You'd go, "What? Fucking hell!" Knowing that well, message them, message them, because two people did to me yesterday. Two, I think, yeah. There was another one on Facebook. Just an extra question of, "Hey, are you doing okay?" Someone just taking an extra minute to check if you're doing okay, and two messages. And so, like, I started doing it. I started sort of paying that forward, and I messaged someone last night and it turned out to be exactly what she wanted. I won't go into her details, but she was quite touched. And she said it means a lot. Literally, it means a lot. It was just that someone had checked in on her, and that just made her happy, just made her smile a little bit. It makes people feel cared about, makes them feel cared for, and a lot of the time it's like just someone noticing. It was like I messaged her because I'd read one of her posts, um, and I just sent her a little thingy, and she really appreciated it. So it's stuff like that if you get the balance right with it, it matters loads. But I really think that we should all benefit from feeling more connected to each other. And when we can't connect to each other at the moment, we can't, I mean, oh my God, I know like people that I know probably well enough to hug are soon going to be like, "Ooh, don't touch me." And so there's going to be a lot of that. I know there is. Some of it joking, some of it serious. Um, And so we don't need to be driving ourselves into our homes and just having our telly and our creature comforts and whatever. We do need to still connect We need to feel that we're connected and going through it together, because if we're stuck at home and scared, like a lot of us are, we will not feel like we're going through anything together. We'll feel very alone, and a lonely, scared, trapped human becomes a dangerous and unpleasant creature. Mental health issues or not, I mean, that was what the call was predominantly about this morning, was she said a lot of this is actually a risk assessment. She said we've got to, do all of them by end of play tomorrow. She said, with yours, I can probably fill it in your absence if you're happy for me to do that. And I said, absolutely, because I know she's just hyper vigilant with everything to do with that. She was very careful how she terms things, and if she's got something that she said wrong, she will always correct herself, or say what she thought she meant, anything like that. She's just super. She would not answer a question on my behalf if she didn't know, put it that way. And she said she might call me again if she needs any help. I said, look, I'm even happy for you to text me if it's just a question that's like, they've asked da 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 da, are you happy for me to say yes? And I'll just text you back and say, of course. If you just need explicit actual consent for anything, fine. And if you hear anything that you need to instruct me further to do, then let me know. And so it's just, mental health people are always accused of saying they're worse off than everyone else. It's like, well, no, but if a lot of people are at the level of stress that I hate to say the word, but normal people are at the moment with everything going on. It's like, yeah, that's kind of our baseline. I'm surprised I haven't been in sort of panic mode, but then maybe that's because I am so disconnected from everything that's going on. I always feel like this vacant observer to life a lot of the time these days. But I know what I'm like for worrying. I know what I'm prone to be doing, and there's nothing wrong with saying I need to keep an extra eye on my mental health at a time like this, because it's not going to be easy for anyone. Just to get from the stage we're on now, if it vanished now, just to rebuild everything, get it back to normal, would take a while. So yeah, it's I'm fucking sure that suicide rates are going to go up. That's my point. Suicide rates always go up at times like Christmas and fucking, the amount of people that oppose me for hating Christmas, and I think, how can you not see suicide rates go up at Christmas? It's not just me. There's millions of people who are really, really fucked up by Christmas. And it would really help if you all shut up about it. If you want to have your go and party, go and party. You know what I mean? You don't need to ram it down everyone else's throat. Anyway, that's Christmassy stuff. We did all that at Christmas. But yeah, I think, that's some of what my key worker was saying this morning, is there's some people who do get really wound up by, what's really at play. Is there sinister forces at work, or is this, that, and that, all of the stuff that gets bandied around all the time. And, a lot of people can get really screwed up by it. It can cause some people to become mentally unwell or worsen their symptoms. But for people who already are very mentally unwell and prone to paranoia and all that sort of stuff, it can really make them, push them over the edge and get them, someone who is schizophrenic can have a relapse, that sort of thing. If they get panicked about something, they could have a full-blown relapse. They might be in hospital to manage their crisis times, and then, they're live in the community with support, other than that. That's the sort of thing that she was on about. And I really believe that just keeping connected with each other, you don't have to be like lots and lots of chats, but I think a lot of people are saying we're gonna get bored, what are we gonna do watching box sets? Well, connect with each other. Even better is FaceTime. That's what I'm going to try and push for with people. So just have a FaceTime chat, because you just see each other's mannerisms and that sort of thing. It feels like more of a connection. Because I think, saying we're all in it together in posts on Facebook is fantastic. I'm not saying don't say that at all. But people need to feel things. People need to know things. And a lot of us do need to get connected. So it's in line with my don't reach out, reach in for mental health patients. And that's what I have started to do, like every week or so, or whenever I can. I'll just think of someone that I thought, who have I seen posting mental health stuff? and I'll just check in with them and see how they're doing and see if they want to meet up or something. Um, and I'm not brilliant with it, but I think, well, if I'm doing one a week or one a fortnight, that's going to be at least 25 to 50 people that I've reached out to in a year. You know what I mean? That's like, you attract what you vibrate like, don't you? So it's like, if I want people to check in on me, and if I want to feel supported and cared about, if I want people to want to spend time with me and actually invite themselves to spend time with me and say, let's hang out, then I need to be doing that. I need to be vibrating at that frequency and thinking, well, yeah, it is nice. So who can you do that for then? That's kind of like my logic behind it, really. Um, so yeah, the other point was, it's not. I think it's, yeah, it's not just in line with my don't reach out, reach in. I think it's particularly with what's going on at the moment. I think all of us should try and connect with each other a little more often and a little more personally, a little more specifically. Like, we can all put a shout out, like I've done, like a lot of people have, just sending love to you all, hope you're all doing okay, and that sort of stuff. And it's nice, it's a lovely sentiment behind it, and I'm not saying don't do that as well. But I think the whole world would benefit more, and that's more about, passing the love around, spreading the love around. That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing. Just sending each other little silly fucking gifts, or having little running jokes with each other, having little games. I used to play Spot the Costa with someone, of hiding the Costa cup and then just taking a photo of it. And then she always just used to literally sip from it and then put Spot the Costa. That sort of shit. Just a stupid game that you invent between each other, and just to fuck around, just to keep your spirits up, um, and feel like you're connected, and not talk virus shit. Basically, it is literally techno hippie. That is a huge part of my nature, is the techno hippie, and we've got the technology and the hippie nature, spreading the love, like connecting with everyone, peace and love and happiness and all that with technology. It's the perfect techno hippie solution. It's not the solution, but it needs to fucking happen. I wish I was more popular. I really do. I really do. Because I bet I'm right. I bet you think, I bet he's fucking right though. I bet a lot of us don't do it, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep trying to pay it forward. And notice I've done. There was another one I chatted to earlier tonight. Just sent her a message. So not spoken to her in ages, and I can't even remember when. Just so she got a little message, and I'm just gonna keep doing it, I think, and lead by example. And that is my beautiful thought for the end of this another day during the very confusing world that we're now suddenly living in.